This brings me to the end of the GI calculation. Make sure that the mode of the irradiance map is set to From File, and browse and select the irradiance file that you saved previously. The light cache should similarly be pulling its information from a file. When you do a rendering now, it should process extremely quickly. This is only 0.6 seconds. So we've calculated all the GI that we need to worry about. Now it's time to uncheck this option in the Global Switches rollout. Now we will render the final image. The last thing to be concerned about is the image sampler. I'm using adaptive subdivision, controlled right here. Let's just render it with this very low quality setting and see what we get. So this is smoothing everything out and anti-aliasing it. And it's using the GI to do this. Now it's very blurry because we're using these low rates. All we have to do now is boost the rates up and we'll get a much more realistic and polished rendering. I'll boost these up 2 notches. If you see any small scale noise in the rendering, you can solve that problem with the color threshold. Use a smaller value like 0.01 or even 0.001 to eliminate such noise. Let's do another rendering. This is going to take much longer. This last rendering took 16 seconds at the very low sampling rate. But we knocked it up 2 notches. So it looks like it's going to take, maybe 1.5 to 2 minutes, somewhere in that range. But we're going to get a much more polished rendering. As you can see, this rendering took almost 2 minutes to complete, and it's a little more sharp. I'll knock up the max rate another 2 notches, and I'll also try to eliminate some of this very fine noise that I'm seeing here by changing the color threshold to 0.01. I'll render again. As you can see, this image took over 10.5 minutes to complete. So image sampling is the most computationally expensive portion of the workflow. This brings me to the end of my workflow in V-Ray and the end of the module. So thanks again for watching, and see you next time.